Hey awesome ones, Heather here. Have you ever gone to the drugstore and just kind of bypassed the Maybelline counter because you thought, it's pretty low priced and it's probably not all that great? Well, I went to the drugstore and I bought a whole face load of their makeup and I'm just about to review them and I think you're going to be surprised. All right, so here's some of the makeup that I bought, and I couldn't get over. I got foundation, I've got blush, I've got lipsticks, I got everything really that I need for a full face makeup, and most of these items were less than $15 a piece. So I was lucky enough to find a wonderful beauty sales associate, Katerina. Hi, Katerina. Oh, she took some time with me. She knew all about the Maybelline line, and she picked out the ones that she thought would be great for me to review. And also, a lot of you in the comments, you've been talking about the Dream Urban Cover Foundation by Maybelline, and that it had an SPF 50. So I wanted to make sure that I put that in the lineup as well. So just before I get started, I just want to remind you that I paid for all of these products with my own money. So it's going to be a really good, honest review, and I only do honest reviews anyway, but anyway. Also, I will have links for the products underneath the video, and also you can find them at our storefront that Amazon gave us, and it's amazon.com/shop/awesomeover50, and you can find makeup products and my recent makeup products there. And hey, a big huge thank you to all of you that purchase your products there, because we do make a little bit of commission and it helps me to keep on going and buying all of these products up and doing the reviews for you. So thanks so much. And now I'm going to, with a snap of my fingers, do a presto changeo and take off all my makeup. Okay, so here I am, makeupless again, and well, just keeping it real for you. But let's start with concealers. And before I get into talking about this concealer, I just want to let you know that wow, Maybelline has a lot of different lineups of different concealers, different foundations, different mascaras and eyeliner. And I'm really glad I had some help from that clerk, because now I can show you what she suggested were the best ones, and I kind of like them too. So the concealer that I decided to use was this one here, and it's called Instant Age Refiner Eraser. Whoa, that's a big promise, isn't it? And they also make a little kind of lipstick one like this that I also have on hand. But I find that this one is kind of greasy and I want to go more for a matte kind of formula. So now the clerk told me something really interesting about this one. And she said that the little sponge on top, like it gets dirty, it gets dried out, and also it soaks up a lot of the concealer. So she suggested, if you can see that there, she suggested that I just remove the top. So okay, I've done that, and I do find that it's easier to work with. I'm going to just show you in just a second. So my color for the concealer is 110 Fair, and all you do is you just sort of twist this purpley part and get a little bit on your hand, like a little palette there. And then I'm using my concealer brush here, and I'm just going to dab a little bit there and put it in that purpley part in my eyes here. Hide that. And also along here, plus those nasty age spots that I have, and blend it in a little bit. It's a nice matte kind of finish, and I'll just finish the other side of my face off camera. Now while we're letting the concealer dry, let's work on the eyes a bit. And I bought this Master Skinny mechanical pencil for the eyeliner in black, and I think it's number 210 in black. Now, it's supposed to go on skinny. I worked with it a few times. I didn't really find that. Let me just show you what I mean. And I'm going to do the eyes here. Maybe Bill can do a little bit of a close-up. And let's get the mechanical pencil out a bit. There it is. Goes on very smooth, I must admit. Notice how I just sort of, I don't go big swoosh, I just do a little dots here a little bit. Bring it up. Now I'm going to do my little swoosh because I have hooded eyes. And I want to just bring it all together a little bit like that. I don't find that it's a super skinny eyeliner. Perhaps I did buy black. Perhaps I should have bought this in a dark brown instead. Now for the eyeshadow, I found this really nice palette. It's called the City Mini Palette, and this color is 510 Blushed Avenue. And I really like the array of different colors, especially the mauve. I love mauve. The only thing disappointing about this palette that is it didn't come with any applicators or brushes at all, so I'm going to have to use my own brushes. So when I got this palette home, I did really want some matte. I don't like the shiny eyeshadows so much, especially for, you know, if you're a woman of a certain age, but I realized that the accent color in the matte, I love the mauve, the accent color is pink. And I put on my makeup, I did an Instagram, and I did a poll on whether or not people liked the pink on me or not. 63% of the people said no, they did not, and 37% said yes. So after I finish this video, I'd really like to see the YouTube poll and let me know if you like the pink on me or if you don't. So let's start putting on some of this palette. So first for the highlight color, which is kind of a peachy color, and I'll just put that on here. It's matte, which is nice. I really like that. That's so nice. Okay, so now here goes with the pink, and let's see what happens here. I don't know, like sometimes when I see people with pink like this on their eye, I think, pink eye. Anyway, let's just keep going here. I know it's really popular, so that's why I want to show it to you, but I'm not finished yet. And now for the purple, just using a little tiny brush like this, and I'm just going to do the lower lashes ever so gently, not a lot. Just a little bit there. And now I'm using angled brush like this for the purple. Get right into, not all the way over, but right into the crease here. And remember the swoosh. Now you're going, ah, that looks terrible. Yeah, it kind of does. I'm not going to leave it like that. I got a blending brush here, and I'm going to blend it out. Blend, blend, blend. You can't do too much blending with all of this. So there we go. And it kind of works in with that pink a little bit. I want a little more of definition, so I'm just going to put a little bit more in the crease here. Learn as you go, right? Sometimes, yeah, that's more of what I wanted. And I'm going to finish up with the other eye, and I'll be right back. All right, so it's time for the foundation, and the foundation is Dream Urban Color. And this color that I have here, where is it? I wrote it down. It's 112 Natural Ivy, and this again has an SPF 50 in it, so you can wear it in the summertime. Also, don't forget in the wintertime, that sun is kind of harsh, so put on your SPF, and SPF 50 is pretty darn good. Now, I'm going to use my hand as a palette again. Take a little bit of this out. It is thinner than some of the other foundations that I'm used to wearing, which, you know, for a lot of you that don't want to have a really full coverage, that's a good thing. I'm just going to put it on a little bit thicker. And so let's go ahead and do that. And I want to cover up a lot of these age spots again. I have the concealer on, But I will not go up into this eye because I've already got the concealer. It's a matching product, so I don't need to do that. If I put it on up there, it's going to be just a little bit too thick for me. And I'll show my wrinkles a little more. You notice that I'm not reapplying it on places like, with the palette, places like my nose. I don't want to build it up too much on those places, so yeah. So this thinner foundation is working well there. And let's, just one second, I gotta add a little bit more. Like I said, it might be a lesser price, but sometimes maybe you might use more. So think about some of those situations as well. But the SPF 50, man, I'm going to be wearing this for sure because, you know, sometimes it's hard to just put sunscreen over makeup. So let me just finish the whole face for you so you can see what I'm doing here. Again, more on those spots. Okay. I know I look pale, but I'm going to be working on the blush and the concealer, or not the concealer, but the contouring. Where did my mind go? I don't know. Anyway, but let's finish up with the eyes a little bit right now. And for the mascara, wow, there were a lot to choose from, but the sales clerk, she was so nice. She suggested that I go with the Falsies Lash, and this is in a blackest black that we chose. It's not the waterproof, and I have worn this whole makeup already, and it did not transfer the mascara, you know, into my lower lashes, and also it washed off really nice at night too. So look at a nice big applicator here, and I'm just going to do a little bit on my upper lashes. Now it is really buildable, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. I usually do 3 coats on the top and 1 coat on the bottom. And now for the brows, I bought this ultra slim brow pencil, and I decided to go for a brown. I think this is called soft brown. I didn't want to go for the blonde because I am kind of digging the darker brow a little bit. So let me just show you what I mean. I think that highlighting our brows and making people look up with the brows helps to give us a bit of an eye lift. So this has got a little spoolie on one side here. So I'm going to brush up these brows. Some of them are disappearing. I don't know why. And then with this pencil, I'm just kind of going to go over, oh, you know what? I'm going to do a bad job unless I use this. Okay, here we go. Now, the other thing you can do with this pencil is you can do kind of like brush strokes up. So maybe I might want to do a few brush strokes up here and just fill them in a little bit more. Bring that closer to my nose. Brush it up. And next for my brows, I'm using my old standby. It's getting kind of brown looking, but it's a clear mascara, and it is by Maybelline. And it really, really helps to keep those brows in place here. And I'll just show you what I do. Just brush it upwards. And it keeps those brows in place. And hey, if you're kind of liking these videos, don't forget to subscribe. There's a subscribe button below, and also click on the bell and you'll be notified when my videos are out. Now I'm going to do another coat on the mascara, and maybe Bill can do a close-up of this and you can see how well it actually builds. See that? You see the one eye compared to the other eye, it's really nicely buildable. So let's get some color and some contouring to this face of mine. And what I'm going to be using are the City Bronzers by Maybelline, and the blush is going to be the number 200, and the contouring is going to be number 300. Now I'm using a brush like this for the blush, number 200. And I'm just going to put that in there, take a little bit of the excess off, and put a little bit of something on the rosiness of my cheeks, or the apples of my cheeks, or whatever they call it. Also very, very lightly, I'm gonna go under here so it doesn't look so, you know, pale underneath my eyes. A little up here, a little bit up here, just to kind of matchy just a little bit. Okay, now for contouring, I'm using a brush like this, and down the cheekbones I go for the contouring. Down here. Now I know you're going, oh my gosh, that's so dark. We'll work on that a little bit. Under the jowls. Does anybody have a new name for jowls? Like really, I'd like to change that name on my videos to something, I don't know. And also our nose, do you know our noses get bigger as we get aged? We're gonna do a little bit of contouring down here. Now we can't leave it looking like that. That looks terrible. Again, blend. I'm using this brush for blending. Just a lot of blending. And a little bit on the sides. Contouring. Now I'm in desperate need of some lipstick on. I chose this satiny finish lipstick. It's quite lovely. And the color that I chose was 379. I think it's called Fuchsia for Me. And I've already had some compliments on it. So quite like this. And I'm just going to, let's see if I can just do it here. Pretty color. And I opted not to get the lip liner with it, but I can use a brush like this. This is a lip brush. And straighten things out a little bit with that. Oh, and it stayed on really well too. What do you think? Now, when I say that this lipstick stayed on, I even had a coffee. And after my coffee, I thought, oh man, I'm going to have to really reapply my lipstick. But it was still it was almost like a stain. It was a really nice pinky color. So I didn't have to reapply. Now, I'm not finished with this video yet, but there you go. Don't forget to let me know in the comments what you think about, now that we're all finished, about that pink eyeshadow. So I'm going to give this Maybelline face and makeup 2 thumbs up. Yeah, there were a few little things about it, like number one, that skinny eyeliner didn't end up being a skinny eyeliner at all, but it did hold up. The makeup held up as well. As far as covering my dark spots, you can probably see that it didn't quite cover them up the way that some of the other foundations that I've talked about have done. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm definitely going to wear this foundation, especially when I'm out there in the bright sun because of the SPF 50. So I think this review really goes to prove that there are diamonds in the rough, you know, and maybe take a little bit more of a serious look at some of those inexpensive and cheaply priced, shall we say, products that are at the drugstore on the racks. And hey, if you haven't worn makeup for a while and you're thinking, you know, I think I want to get into a little bit more makeup, this inexpensive brand Maybelline could be a great starting point for you, and it could end up being the right thing for you. Talking about the right thing for you, let's bring out the right dog for us, and that's our little Hurricane. So here he is, our little Hurricane. Hi Hurricane, how are you? And when Hurricane comes on the scene, he reminds me to talk about upcoming videos, and on this channel, I'm of course going to be doing more makeup reviews for you. And also, are you wondering about what kind of styles and fashion will be trending in the coming up months? Well, I've actually been studying that for you, so I can't wait to show you some of the videos. And yes, he's been sleeping, and I know he yawns on every one of these, but we wake him up to get him on camera. But also on this channel, besides the fashion and styles, I'm also going to be doing some more self-care tips. So over on our second channel, which is youtube.com/awesomeover50inspiration, Bill and I are going to have kind of a fireside chat. And we just want to have some French press coffee and just talk about some of the simple things in life and happiness factors, and it'll just be kind of off the cuff, but it might be kind of fun for you to watch. And also, of course, there's some travel coming up, and also 8 mini jaunts or mini getaways that you can do when the weather is far from perfect. So we've got that coming up for you as well. Oh, and don't forget to check me out over on Instagram. Just search Awesome50. I'm really taking Instagram seriously. I'm following a lot of people. I'm really enjoying it. I'm posting every single day a post, and also every single day one of those stories. I got myself a new camera, the iPhone 11, and I really want to share. It's totally different over there because they're just small little inspirational things once a day, but come on over and join me over there. So I just have to say that for me anyway, I feel a lot more confident with a little bit of makeup on, you know, covering the dark circles, covering up the age spots, putting on a little bit of mascara and a little bit of lipstick. And hey, you know, if you haven't put on makeup since your 30s, this Maybelline lineup, as I said, might be a really good choice for you. And you know what? My main goal here, my main purpose, my main passion is to really help women who are over 50 have a little bit more confidence, self-esteem, self-worth. And if I can do that, well, it's making my life a little more awesome.